Hey, it's Barry, and welcome to the news. Now on to our lead anchors, Sherry, Terry, and Gary. Hey, it's Terry on 70s disco music. During the 70s, disco music was becoming more and more popular. It was common for the urban nightlife scene and young people in their 20s to go out to clubs and listen and dance to disco. The music was made by many disco bands, such as the Bee Gees. Disco was most common among young people, and people thought it had a bad influence on them. Now, to Sherry with the 80s. Thanks, Terry. Hi, it's Sherry with the 80s. I'm about to talk about the first time DNA was used in court. In July of 1988, a man named George Wesley was accused of murdering a disabled elderly woman. When Wesley committed the crime, blood got onto his shirt. The police found the shirt and took it in as evidence. DNA testing of evidence in court has never been done before, but this time, scientists took a sample of the blood and analyzed it in a lab. They compared the DNA in the blood sample to the DNA of the dead woman. The DNA print pattern of the deceased exactly matched the sample from the shirt. George Wesley was convicted of the crime and sentenced to 38 years in prison. Now, on to Jerry. Alrighty, thanks. I'm going to talk about a terrible event from the 90s. It's Jeffrey Dahmer, who was an American serial killer who murdered 17 boys and men. Dahmer murdered his victims in a horrific fashion and partook in dismemberment, necrophilia, and cannibalism. He was nicknamed the Milwaukee Cannibal because he was arrested and police found a severed head and other human remains inside of his refrigerator. He was convicted of 15 counts of murder and was put into prison for 15 consecutive life terms. He later pleaded guilty to another murder and got another life term for a total of 957 years in prison. In 1994, an inmate beat him to death in the prison bathroom. And now, back to Barry. Hey, it's Barry. It's time to talk about the 2000 election. It was between George W. Bush and Al Gore, and George W. Bush, the Republican, won that. So, thanks for watching the news. Rock on.